In every era, there is a force that shapes the destiny of nations, a light that guides, a vision that inspires, a will that refuses to break. Some call it power, others call it destiny, but I call it purpose. Today, we journey beyond headlines and politics to uncover the deeper truth, the heartbeat behind America's place in the world. This is not just a story of armies or dollars. It is a story of spirit, of resilience, of a nation that has learned to rise when others fall. Stay with me, because when people think of America's power, they often picture aircraft carriers, skyscrapers, or Wall Street. But one of its most enduring weapons doesn't carry missiles. It carries stories, music, style, and dreams. American culture is everywhere. From the bustling streets of Tokyo to small villages in Africa, Hollywood films flicker on screens, hip-hop beats echo through headphones, and fast food chains with golden arches serve the same taste across continents. This cultural reach didn't happen overnight. For decades, America has mastered the art of packaging its values, ambitions, and lifestyles into entertainment and consumer goods. Movies tell stories of resilience, freedom, and victory, concepts that resonate far beyond U.S. borders. Television series create global fandoms. Social media platforms born in American tech labs amplify trends in seconds, turning local ideas into worldwide phenomena. Fashion brands from New York runways shape wardrobes in Europe and Asia. Sports leagues like the NBA have transformed basketball into a global language, inspiring young athletes thousands of miles away. Even slang and expressions from American cities find their way into everyday conversations in countries where English isn't the first language. This cultural dominance is subtle but powerful. It shapes perceptions about what is desirable, possible, and admirable. Young people around the globe grow up idolizing American icons, from movie stars to tech entrepreneurs, often long before they ever interact with American politics or economics. It creates familiarity, even loyalty, without the need for political treaties or military presence. What's remarkable is how deeply this influence seeps into daily life. People sing in English without realizing they're quoting American lyrics, wear baseball caps without knowing the sport's rules, or celebrate holidays like Halloween without ever having stepped foot in the United States. It's a quiet, constant force that travels faster than any ship and reaches deeper than any bullet. America's hold on global influence owes much to its relentless dominance in technology. From the birth of the personal computer to the latest advancements in artificial intelligence, the United States has been the epicenter of innovation that reshapes how the world works, communicates, and dreams. Silicon Valley stands as a symbol of this creative power, home to companies that have become household names on every continent: Apple, Google, Microsoft, Tesla, SpaceX. These firms don't just sell products, they set the standards for entire industries. The US has a unique ecosystem that fuels such breakthroughs. A combination of deep venture capital networks, world-class universities, open intellectual exchange, and a culture that rewards risk-taking makes it fertile ground for revolutionary ideas. This environment produces technologies that ripple across the globe, influencing economies, military strategies, and even social behaviors. In communication, American inventions, from the internet itself to smartphones and social media, have altered the very structure of human interaction. Space exploration, led by NASA and private firms, has kept America at the forefront of humanity's next frontier. In medicine, biotech companies and research institutions in the U.S. pioneer treatments that save millions of lives worldwide. American dominance in technology is not just about creating tools, it's about defining the future. The software, algorithms, and platforms developed in the U.S. shape how businesses operate, how governments communicate, and how individuals connect. Cloud computing, e-commerce, electric vehicles, and renewable energy innovations all bear the imprint of American ingenuity. This leadership builds influence in subtle ways. When other nations adopt U.S. technology, they also adopt its standards, systems, and dependencies. The world doesn't just consume American tech. It often becomes integrated into it, ensuring that America remains the unseen architect of much of the modern age. When it comes to raw power projection, America's military presence stands unmatched, with the largest defense budget in the world, exceeding the combined spending of several major nations. It commands an arsenal that is both vast and technologically advanced. Aircraft carriers sail like floating cities, capable of launching air power anywhere on the globe within hours. Fighter jets, stealth bombers, nuclear submarines, and missile defense systems ensure the U.S. can operate on land, sea, air, space, and even cyberspace with precision and speed. But military dominance isn't just about weapons, it's about reach. The United States maintains hundreds of bases in strategic locations across Asia, Europe, the Middle East, and beyond. This global network acts like a constant reminder to friend and foe alike. America can be present anywhere, anytime. Such presence deters potential adversaries and reassures allies, creating a geopolitical safety net that few dare to challenge. Training, discipline, and advanced technology give the U.S. forces a significant edge. Innovations like drone warfare, satellite, guided weaponry, and cyber defense systems keep the military ahead in both conventional and unconventional conflicts. Joint exercises with allies strengthen cooperation and interoperability, ensuring that when America moves, it often moves with partners at its side. The influence of this power extends far beyond battlefields. Nations seeking protection or stability often align themselves with American defense agreements, knowing that the U.S. military can act as both shield and sword. Humanitarian missions, disaster relief operations, and peacekeeping efforts also showcase another side of American force, one that uses its strength to aid, not just to fight. This constant state of readiness and unmatched capability ensures that, in matters of global security, America's voice carries weight not only because of what it says, but because of what it can do if it must. At the core of America's global dominance lies its economic strength. The United States boasts the largest economy in the world, a position it has maintained for decades. Its GDP, fueled by a diverse and dynamic marketplace, spans industries from technology and finance to manufacturing, energy, and agriculture. This economic scale allows America to set the pace for global trade, investment, and innovation. The U.S. dollar holds a unique and powerful position as the world's primary reserve currency. This means nations around the globe conduct trade, settle debts, and store wealth in dollars, effectively tying their economic stability to America's financial system. Whether it's oil contracts, international loans, or major commodity trades, the dollar remains the common denominator. This status not only cements America's role in global finance, but also gives it an unparalleled tool for influence, from sanctions to market shifts. Wall Street, with its towering skyscrapers and endless flow of capital, operates as the heartbeat of global investment. Companies from every corner of the world list their shares on U.S. exchanges, seeking both credibility and access to deep pools of international funding. American financial institutions, credit agencies, and investment firms influence decisions in boardrooms far beyond its borders. Beyond sheer size, the U.S. economy benefits from innovation, entrepreneurial spirit, and a regulatory system that, despite its flaws, encourages growth. Consumer spending power within America itself drives demand for products and services from across the globe, making it a critical market for countless nations. This economic engine doesn't just generate wealth, it shapes the rules of global commerce. International institutions, trade agreements, and financial standards often bear the imprint of American priorities, ensuring that the nation's influence is embedded in the world's economic framework itself. One of America's most enduring strengths lies in its ability to build, maintain, and leverage a vast network of alliances. These partnerships are not just formal agreements on paper. They are living, active relationships that span continents and sectors. Through organizations like NATO, the G7, and the United Nations, the United States works hand in hand with some of the world's most powerful nations to coordinate defense, economic policy, and global problem solving. NATO, in particular, serves as a cornerstone of American influence. With the United States as its most powerful member, the alliance offers collective security guarantees that bind Europe's stability to American leadership. This means that any threat to an ally is, by agreement, a matter for Washington's attention, reinforcing America's role as both protector and partner. Beyond multilateral organizations, the U.S. has cultivated a web of bilateral relationships, defense pacts with Japan and South Korea, intelligence sharing agreements with the United Kingdom and Australia, trade partnerships with Canada and Mexico, and cooperative ventures with nations in the Middle East and Africa. These connections allow America to project power and influence without having to stand alone. Strategic alliances also extend into the realms of science, technology, and economics. Joint research projects, space exploration missions, and shared military exercises not only strengthen trust, but also keep America embedded in the critical infrastructure of its allies. The value of these alliances is twofold. They give America reach into regions it could not dominate by force alone, and they create a web of interdependence that makes it costly for others to oppose U.S. interests. In this way, partnerships become a force multiplier, turning America's influence from a single nation's power into a coordinated, global presence capable of shaping events far beyond its own borders. While America's military might and economic strength are visible on the world stage, its soft power operates with a quieter but equally potent force. Soft power is the ability to influence others through attraction rather than coercion. And the United States has perfected this art over decades. From humanitarian aid to cultural exchange programs, America has built a reputation as a nation that can inspire, assist, and connect. Through its vast network of embassies, cultural centers, and international organizations, the U.S. maintains a constant diplomatic presence. American diplomats often serve as mediators in global disputes, leveraging the country's resources and credibility to broker agreements and stabilize regions. This approach allows the U.S. to shape global outcomes without deploying troops or imposing economic sanctions. Humanitarian initiatives are another cornerstone of this influence. When disaster strikes, whether it's an earthquake, hurricane, or famine, the United States is often among the first to send aid, medical teams, and relief supplies. Such acts of generosity leave lasting impressions, fostering goodwill in countries that might otherwise view America solely through a political or military lens. Educational and cultural exchange programs, like the Fulbright Scholarship or Peace Corps missions, bring American values and ideals directly into communities worldwide. These programs create personal connections, often leaving foreign students, leaders, and professionals with a lifelong affinity for the United States. American-led NGO and philanthropic efforts also amplify this influence, tackling issues like poverty, disease prevention, and human rights advocacy. By aligning its actions with universal values, freedom, equality, opportunity, America strengthens its moral authority and appeal. Soft power works subtly but effectively. It doesn't demand loyalty through fear, but earns it through admiration, partnership, and the promise of shared progress. Over time, this creates bonds that military force alone could never achieve. In the modern era, controlling information is as powerful as controlling armies, and America stands at the center of the global information flow. Many of the world's largest and most influential media companies are American: CNN, the New York Times, Disney, and countless others, shaping how news is reported, interpreted, and consumed across continents. This dominance means that American narratives, values, and priorities often set the tone for global discussions. The influence doesn't stop at traditional media. U.S. space technology giants like Google, Meta, X formerly Twitter, and YouTube serve as the primary platforms for billions of people worldwide. These companies act as the gateways to information, entertainment, and even political discourse. Algorithms created in California determine what trends in Africa, what goes viral in Europe, and what news stories capture attention in Asia. Hollywood films, television series, and streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime are also part of this information ecosystem. They don't just entertain, they subtly embed American cultural norms, ideals, and perspectives into the global consciousness. Through storytelling, America communicates its values in ways that feel natural, even to audiences who have never set foot in the country. Control over information channels extends to advertising and branding as well. American companies dominate the online ad market, influencing not just what products people buy, but also how they perceive the world around them. By shaping narratives and framing global issues, these platforms can influence political opinions, cultural trends, and social movements. In times of crisis, the world often turns to American media outlets for breaking news and analysis, reinforcing their role as primary sources of trusted, or at least dominant, information. This reach ensures that America's voice is not just heard, but often amplified, setting the global agenda before others even begin to speak. America's universities and research institutions are among its most powerful tools of influence, drawing the brightest minds from every corner of the world. Names like Harvard, MIT, Stanford, and Yale carry a prestige that transcends borders, attracting students, scholars, and innovators who seek not just education, but opportunity. This influx of global talent fuels America's innovation engine, ensuring a constant flow of fresh ideas, perspectives, and expertise. The appeal of American education lies not only in academic excellence, but also in its culture of exploration and creativity. Unlike rigid systems elsewhere, U.S. institutions often encourage interdisciplinary learning, critical thinking, and the freedom to challenge conventional wisdom. This environment fosters groundbreaking research, technological breakthroughs, and entrepreneurial ventures that ripple far beyond America's shores. Many foreign graduates of U.S. universities go on to lead governments, corporations, and institutions in their home countries, carrying with them a deep familiarity and often a fondness for American values, systems, and culture. This creates an informal network of global influencers whose decisions are subtly shaped by their experiences in the United States. Research collaborations between U.S. universities and international partners also deepen these ties. Whether in medicine, engineering, or climate science, American-led projects often set global benchmarks, reinforcing the nation's intellectual leadership. Scholarship programs and educational exchanges amplify this effect. Initiatives like Fulbright, Rhodes U.S. hosts, and numerous private grants give talented individuals from developing nations the chance to study in America, often transforming their lives and careers. By positioning itself as the ultimate destination for ambition and learning, the United States ensures that it remains a hub where the future's leaders are trained. This steady flow of talent not only enriches America internally, but also extends its influence outward, as alumni carry the imprint of their American experience into the wider world. A defining strength of the United States is its capacity to adapt and reinvent itself when faced with new challenges. Throughout history, America has encountered moments that could have fractured its foundation: economic collapses, world wars, political scandals, social unrest, and rapid technological disruptions. Yet time after time, it has not only recovered but emerged with renewed strength and fresh direction. This resilience is deeply tied to the nation's openness to new ideas, its competitive spirit, and its willingness to challenge the status quo. In economic terms, America has shown a unique ability to shift focus when industries change. When manufacturing dominance began to wane in the late 20th century, the nation pivoted toward technology, finance, and services. Silicon Valley rose from this transition, making the U.S. the center of global innovation. Similarly, during the Cold War, competition with the Soviet Union fueled massive investments in science, education, and space exploration, leading to breakthroughs that shape the modern world. Socially, America's adaptability is reflected in its evolving identity. Waves of immigration, civil rights movements, and cultural shifts have forced the nation to continually redefine itself. Though these transformations often come with tension, they also broaden the scope of American society, integrating diverse perspectives into its cultural and political life. Political and legal systems in the U.S. are designed to allow for reinvention. Through constitutional amendments, landmark court rulings, and shifting public opinion, the country has restructured itself to meet new demands, whether in expanding rights, reforming laws, or addressing global challenges. This constant evolution keeps America relevant in a world that changes at unprecedented speed. By refusing to remain stagnant, it continually finds new ways to lead, turning challenges into opportunities and ensuring its place as a nation built to survive and thrive through transformation. Beyond its military strength, economic dominance, and technological leadership, America wields an equally potent asset: its brand. The American dream is not just a slogan, it is a carefully cultivated image of freedom, opportunity, and upward mobility. This vision suggests that anyone, regardless of background, can achieve success through hard work and determination. Whether or not the reality always matches the promise, the idea itself has a powerful magnetic pull on the global imagination. This ideological branding is embedded in everything from Hollywood movies to presidential speeches. Films portray underdogs who rise against the odds, entrepreneurs who build empires from nothing, and individuals who find redemption through perseverance. Music, literature, and art often celebrate themes of liberty, personal expression, and self-determination, reinforcing the perception of America as a place where individuality thrives. U.S. diplomacy also reflects this brand. In international forums, American leaders frequently frame policies in the language of democracy, human rights, and equality, presenting the country as a champion of universal values. Even foreign aid programs often carry the underlying message that America supports not just economic development, but the ideals of personal freedom and governance by the people. American consumer culture adds another layer to this branding. Iconic products, whether it's a tech gadget from California, a fast food meal from a global chain, or sports, where endorsed by top athletes, carry the imprint of American lifestyle and aspirations. For many, owning these products feels like holding a small piece of the American ideal. This powerful narrative doesn't just attract immigrants, investors, and students. It influences how entire nations view the United States. It positions America not simply as a geographic location, but as a symbol, a promise, and an aspiration, deeply woven into the collective consciousness of people around the world. America's continued dominance is not the result of a single factor, but a complex web of influence: military strength, economic power, cultural reach, technological innovation, alliances, soft power, control of information, education, adaptability, and a brand that inspires billions. These elements work together, reinforcing each other to keep the United States at the center of global affairs. The world changes, but America's ability to shape it endures. May this understanding inspire you to think bigger, lead with vision, and act with purpose. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your open mind, and good luck in all that you pursue. Real reason America still rules the world will move you.